Hello guys, so in light of the anti-LGBTQI plus bill that is being worked on in Ghana, I'd like us to look at some 3 special videos of African presidents and how they reacted to pressure from Western culture concerning LGBTQI plus on global platforms. So without much ado, let's just get in. The first one we are going to watch is the ex-Zambian president, Edgar, and how he reacts to the question from Sky News. So let's watch that.
And the Zambian leader was unequivocal about his stand on the issue when he spoke to us.
We are saying no to homosexuality. Why should you say we're going to be civilized if we only allow it? Are you saying we are very primitive now because we are frowning upon homosexuality? Even animals don't do it. Why should we be forced to do it because we want to be seen to be smart, to be seen to be civilized and advanced and so on? They require help, obviously. For me, I think they're sick. That's how I see it. But they need help. The fact that they're going to jail probably is one thing, but help should be rendered to them.
Now, this is interesting to me, relating it to the aspect of US aid, because America has really been helping Zambia in a lot of ways economically, really funding them in a lot of ways. Let's see how he answers that concerning US aid. This is obviously a video that is already done, but I'd like to comment a bit on it after everything. Let's watch that part.
Because already you're tying it to aid. If that is how you're going to bring your aids, then I'm afraid the Western can leave us alone in our poverty, and we will continue scrounging and struggling and see how we can get going.
I would say that it really does satisfy me as a Christian, seeing a president really stand up for his morals and his values and customs and his faith. It is beautiful for that to happen. However, I feel the next video is a bit subtle in terms of its answer, although it still helps in a way. Let's look at the president of Kenya and how he answers in an interview on CNN. You already know how CNN has been with Sam George. Let's see how CNN was with the president of Kenya.
One of the major issues, and it's a holdover from sort of colonial Victorian, is the issue of sexual preference in many African countries. In Kenya, to be gay, the LGBT community is illegal. They just want to have equal rights, the same privacy and equality as all other Kenyans do. Is that something that you aspire to for your country?
I want to be very clear, Christiana. I will not engage in a subject that is of no, it is not of any major importance to the people and the Republic of Kenya. This is not an issue, as you would want to put it, of human rights or this. This is an issue of society, of our own base as a culture, as a people, regardless of which community you come from. This is not acceptable. This is not agreeable. This is not about Uhuru Kenyatta saying yes or no. This is an issue that the people of Kenya themselves, who have bestowed upon themselves a constitution, right, after several years, have clearly stated that this is not a subject that they are willing to engage in, yeah, at this time and moment. In years to come, possibly long after I'm president, who knows? Maybe our society will have reached a stage where those are issues that people are willing, freely and open to discuss. I have to be honest with you. And that is the position that we have always maintained. Those are the laws that we have, and those are laws that are 100% supported by 99% of the Kenyan people, irregardless of where they come from.
So I think you're going to get yourself into trouble. Because what you've categorically just stated is that this is not an issue for us, for the Kenyan people, yes. And you don't think that the idea of their privacy, their equality, their rights is important.
This is,
but it's a global issue right now.
It's important to them where they are.
Why is it not important to you
that it
as
is
president
not
of the country?
Important to me as the leader of 49 million Kenyans, and after, if you want to ask me my personal opinion,
what is your personal opinion?
After I finish my process, I can talk about my personal opinion. But as the leader of the people of the Republic of Kenya, I represent that which our people are desirous to be. And I have no choice, but that is my position.
Would you publicly say that people who are LGBT, gay members of the Kenyan population should not be discriminated against, should not be violated, should not be abused?
No Kenyan should be abused, should be, mistreated in any particular. Every Kenyan is protected by law, every single Kenyan. But they also must recognize that their freedoms must be taken into the entire context of the society that they live in. Because this is not a question of governments accepting or not accepting. This is a question of society, right?
Currently, it's a legal process.
Yes. And that legal process is based on the society that you live in, and that's why laws are made. So I think that's all I have to say about that particular subject.
Did you really see how he answered it? I wasn't completely satisfied, but I like how he actually spoke about the laws and how this is so irrelevant to the society as of now in Africa in a lot of ways. And yes, it is so because we have bigger fishes to fry than talk about that. That doesn't mean that it is so irrelevant. We really need to stay on guard and protect ourselves from this LGBTQI agenda. The whole interview, looking at how this lady was really present for an answer, even present for a personal view of his, you really do see how it is subtly projected in how they have constantly put pressure on Africa to accept this Western culture attitude of the LGBTQI. This doesn't end there. Kenyatta is also pressured again in another video.
If you look at the history of countries around the world, when you start treating people differently, not because of any harm they're doing anybody, but because they're different, that's the path whereby freedoms begin to erode and bad things happen. And when a government gets in the habit of treating people differently, those habits can spread. If somebody is a law-abiding citizen who is going about their business, working in a job, and obeying the traffic signs, and doing all the other things that good citizens are supposed to do, and not harming anybody, the idea that they are going to be treated differently or abused because of who they love is wrong. Full stop.
Just like President Obama, I think we also need to be able to speak frankly about some of these things. And the fact of the matter is that Kenya and the United States, we share so many values. Our common love for democracy, entrepreneurship, value for families. These are things that we share. But there are some things that we must admit we don't share. Our culture, our societies don't accept. It's very difficult for us to be able to impose on people that which they themselves do not accept. This is why I repeatedly say that for Kenyans today, the issue of gay rights is really a non-issue. We want to focus on other areas that are day-to-day living for our people. The health issues that we have discussed with President Obama, these are critical. Issues of ensuring inclusivity and of women, a huge section of society that is normally left out of the mainstream of economic development. What we can do in terms of infrastructure, what we can do in terms of education, in terms of our roads, in terms of giving our people power, encouraging entrepreneurship. These are the key focuses. Maybe once, like you have, overcome some of these challenges, we can begin to look at new ones. But as of now, the fact remains that this issue is not really an issue that is on the foremost mind of Kenyans.
I just want you to think about this. Why is it that they are not pressuring Saudi Arabia with these kind of questions? Why are they not pressing these kind of strong Islamic states with these kind of questions? Why are they pressing it on us? Is it because they feel they have some kind of socioeconomic power over us? Why is it so that Africa is a continent that needs to, submit to this, and that when we say no, it is not done? They still have to pressure us. They still have to push on with this kind of question. Why is it so? It is so clear that the pressure from them on Africa makes it seem like our customs are disregarded, our traditions are disregarded, our beliefs are disregarded, and all they care about is to make sure that we are pushed into the civilized world, which is them saying indirectly that we are primitive, just as Edgar was saying, that it makes it project as if we are primitive, and that if we do not accept LGBTQI plus in our societies, then that means that we are primitive. Listen, as a believer, you do know what the word of God stands concerning this, and we don't need to be wasting time stressing on all those verses again. All I'll say is that protect your kids, protect your house. If we lose God for this LGBTQI thing to be and stated, just imagine that first step has been taken. Do you know what is going to continue? It's going to continue with infiltrating the movie industry. It's going to continue with more people being loud on social media concerning it, trying to push even normal families who know that the law is there and just trying to live their lives into it. And that is what brings about all the confusion amongst the kids, and how it is so easy for the enemy to infiltrate your own family, your own house. Be very careful of the content that your kids taking. Be very careful of the association in school, everywhere they are. Just be praying and have faith that God is watching over your house. Well, I'll end it here. I think it was something that was educative for a lot of people who haven't seen the videos. And then it's a blessing to have this communication with you. Stay blessed, stay connected. If you loved this, hit the subscribe button. More of this kind of content is going to come up. Share these videos. I've heard of people sharing it on their Christian platforms, and I'm really happy about it. Share the link, encourage someone to join this Christian family. Stay blessed, stay connected, stay safe.